telling you, I'm getting the fuck off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to Alien Addict. It's me and you, Lee.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
And you never thought you'd see my flowery tattooed body, did you?
I didn't. No. It's. I mean, by flowery tattooed body, you mean lady's blouse.
It's not that bad. It's. I quite like that. Oh dear me.
I mean, I've hung wallpaper that looks like that.
Yeah, I used to have wallpaper like this. Loved it. Feature
Yeah.
wall. Can't beat a feature wall. So it was a bit 2000. It's a bit 2010 though, isn't it?
I know. I think that's pretty much an all decade round feature wall.
Is it? You still pull off a feature wall?
Oh. Yeah. If you stick flowers and some birds on something, that's pretty timeless, if we're honest.
I'll get you round here more often then, mate. For content, I'll get me a wallpapering done. What a strange time we live in, Lee. You know, we've had whistleblowers going off. We've had aliens in the back garden. We now have a rumor of a reptilian, or just maybe she misplaced her iPods. I don't know. But it's an odd video. We've been speaking about it for a few days.
It is odd.
And by the way, people, just quickly, very, very quickly, if you notice that there was a change, because it was going to be this, that's Lee. That's Lee's fault.
I actually said it was cool. I'll do whatever you want.
No, I think it was a good call. Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah,
we'll talk about the golden testicles on Sunday.
It is right. It is weird. They just I don't, and I like, maybe this stuff went on all the time, and it's just now because you can get some sort of traction with it. Maybe that was that's what's happened. Is this could have happened 10 years ago, but it would have never made sort of news.
It'd have just been a crazy person on a plane. But now it's all alien. You know, it's big, but I mean, something did happen in the UK. Was it a few weeks ago with a guy?
There was an international flight about a month. I want to say month, maybe less, because I remember for those of you to read everybody in on Lee's psyche, I'm scared of flying.
Yes, he hugged me the entire journey.
Yeah, and so I don't know why, but I always tend to find bad things to do with flying before I have to fly. So this time before we went to America, it was, if anyone saw that video of the engine that was on fire, there was something like the engine had kind of caught on. There was something rattling around the engine of this plane that upset me. And then there was another video where somebody apparently just got up and fucking opened the emergency door on an international flight. That scared the shit out of me. And then this has happened, but I think it was like a couple of days ago, like last week. There was another guy, a British guy, that got up, ranting and raving about something not happening. He had to be tackled to the ground by two guys.
So that happened. Yeah, he got tackled down, and he was pointing at the seat, saying, it's hard to work out what he's saying, but it's some people are speculating what he's saying, that he's saying that there's some.
Yeah, I don't. You can't tell.
He does look like.
Can't tell mainly. You can't tell mainly because there's some guy going, yo, 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 yo.
I will say this: if the beautiful young lady on the plane is watching this, there's an email there. I sound very sleazy there, don't I? I've just realised.
Yeah.
I am married. I don't have a ring on it though. We would like you to get in touch because we would love to hear your side of the story rather than just all the hearsay that's going on. So yeah, we'd love to get you on the show, whether it's just for a quick 10-minute or a full live show.
Mm-hmm.
You're more than welcome here. It's a safe space. And we're all weirdos that like aliens. She didn't like aliens.
She didn't.
She definitely didn't. I mean, she didn't say alien. She didn't say shapeshifter. People are saying...
She said he wasn't real. That's what he said. She said that motherfucker isn't real.
What else could that mean?
I don't know. I mean, there are odd things about this, yeah. I would think on a plane with that many people, there'd have been more videos.
We would have filmed it.
We would have filmed it. I mean, I'd like to know what happens in that situation. Like, cause surely, if you have somebody that gets up, because have you seen the whole segment of the thing? Because it's
I've seen lots of it.
Yeah.
I've even seen have you seen the one with the alleged guy in the green hoodie?
That's not real. That's fake.
And he's peering over the seat.
Yeah, it's fake.
Well, it's just a guy in a green hoodie.
No. It's not. It's not.
It's a different plane.
Right. Yeah. The one she was on was an American Airlines plane. Right. I think it's Boeing 777, much the same as what we were on. Right. And the plane with the guy with the hoodie on was just like a twin row plane with no sort of center aisle of seats.
Okay, well debunked. You didn't debunk it, did you?
Yeah.
Have you just debunked that right now?
No, I did it before when we were talking with Dave.
No, but has anybody else debunked that?
I don't think so.
You saw it here first.
Right. I'd like some fucking evidence of that, John. Airlines pump pheromones and psychoactives, aerosols into aeroplanes. I am unsure about that, my friend.
I did feel a little bit overexcited on that plane. I won't lie. When I was with you. especially on the way fucking back. Jesus Christ, that turbulence.
It wasn't bad, was it?
You were asleep.
Maybe. I mean, I did feel
either that or you close your eyes going.
No, because I've been in like bad turbulence before. The Jesse E did a critique of it. I don't know who Jesus E is.
Jesse E, is that a YouTuber, Jen? You'd have to super chat. Just put a yes or a no. Is it on YouTube? The critique of that. But thank you for the super chat. Much love. Hope you like the shirt.
But I find the end of that video, she shouts. She says something along the lines of like, "I don't want to die on this plane with that." Like, you can do what you want. Now, I find it hard to believe that when an allegation is made like that in this particular like strange times we are, that you can then just take that plane off. Do you know what I mean?
Also, somebody else said on Twitter when I put the tweet out today, what was it? I'll tell you, it's quite. I found it quite amusing because if you actually think of it, it's really quite ridiculous. Unless she's absolutely, totally oversensitive to everything. How do you use Twitter, Lee?
What?
How do you use Twitter?
I just click stuff and then I end up aggravating people.
Go away, fly. There we go. Here we go. I'll show you the tweeter. I'll work out how to share it. There you go. Right. So here we are. Comments. Oh no, go away. How do you just click on it to see comments? There you go. So somebody's put.
Oh, it was browse mode. Yeah.
They were.
Oh no. Sorry, the original thing. Yeah.
Stop this shit. She was angry. She was angry on man for her AirPods. I mean, like, it's a little bit of an overreaction. If you, I don't know what happened to the AirPods, whether she lost her AirPods or what. But
I mean that sentence isn't even written in English, is it? So.
But do you know what I mean? I
think it's just someone trying to be funny, isn't it?
No, because I've heard this before. Somebody else has said this. I've heard this today a few times. I've seen it on a YouTube short. Someone saying it was something to do with her AirPods, one of her AirPods going missing. As she was trying to find it.
Yeah, but that's clearly nonsense, isn't it?
I mean, the only thing that I could think of was maybe the person that was next to her might have been a bit creepy, maybe a bit naughty.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I find it weird.
Why would you say stop the plane? Not just get me out of that seat and get that pervert away from me.
She was true. She seemed like very, very upset. What I would say is that American Airlines haven't said anything like this, have they?
I've not seen anything.
I've not seen a
usually
statement.
Somebody tags me in something.
Yeah, I've not seen a statement from American Airlines about this, which you would think would have happened considering this has gone viral. There have been fake videos before in like mock-up fuselages of planes that have gone viral. You know, like there was what was it? Oh, it was that was it. It was during the Rones. There was a fake video of a woman where people arguing with each other about wearing masks on a plane.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and it wasn't real. It was just it was something somebody had mocked up just to either boil
Just to make the
piss,
situation worse.
just to make the situation worse, essentially. Yeah. So there's no reason why this. If more people don't come forward that were actually on the plane, this it's just as likely that this was just a complete fabrication and setup. But I do find it weird that you had that other guy that essentially the same sort of thing happened with. Now this lady, something similar happened a few weeks ago as well. I don't believe it's anything to do with aliens, but there's something weird. There's even just the traction it's got. Let's remember this. That's just the way social media works. Is that if the companies don't want your content to reach the top of the pile, it doesn't reach the top of the pile. So this has got traction because it's being given a little nudge.
So I've got I've got the Shaw here, Hidden sent it. He was going to come on the show tonight, but he can't make it. But he sent us the
man was so freaked out by the passenger next to him, he tried to exit the plane while it was still in the air.
Look at everyone filming, man.
Why is he acting so shocked when he's clearly already seen it?
Did he see a lizard person too?
He didn't say anything there though. That
No, but I don't know who he is, but I hate the guy in the blue hat.
but he's let us use his content, so he's nice.
He hasn't. We've just used it.
I'll put the link in the description. You just don't like people in hats. You keep telling me to take mine off.
I know. I mean, I shouldn't judge all people in hats the same way I judge you, but here we are.
If we start seeing more of these, then I'm going to get worried. I'm hoping that it's just a one-off, two-off. But he didn't. He was pointing at the seat, but that wasn't. And this is for everybody who's American, Australian. That wasn't English coming out of that man's mouth. I couldn't understand the word he was saying.
It was English though.
Yeah, but he did look like he could have had one too many. Or
so did she, though.
Yeah, people are saying that she didn't look drunk, but I think Dave said that he didn't think she'd been drinking. But I think she
looked sounds like drunk.
There was a slur there. There was a bit of a slur.
Yeah.
But why would that make you? I mean, it's just. It is probably all just people riding that alien train, even us with this content, but it's content and it's happened, and people, but it's like you say, Lee, why is it exploded? Because a few years
and she was scared of something, that's one thing. Like if it was legit and it wasn't in an and it wasn't like completely staged, I think we have to kind of go with the idea that it wasn't completely staged at the minute, but she seemed scared of something.
How do I call? Can you try and find that, Lee? That Jen said. Thank you, Jen. I don't have a clue what that is. Is that the YouTube guy?
Yeah, YouTuber guy. I think
is somebody who's done something on this about this plane.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, but I'll go like it, share, and subscribe, and all that jazz. I don't get it. I don't get why it's all exploding all at once. This everything you've got Grush, then straight away after Grush you've got Alien in the Garden, you've got multiple things coming out. You've even got Avi Loeb's little balls in the ocean from that meteor that are possibly
Him, I do think is grifting.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I
with
think
him.
well, he kind of explained it away himself, didn't he? Saying his they could be bits of iron or something, or from or what was it? There was he gave an explanation of why it could be man-made. I can't remember what it was. But to me, I wonder whether he's getting funding for something, and it's just a way of trying to get funding now. Is because the UFOs are such a hot topic. If you slap UFOs towards it, it might help.
Yeah, I'm looking for that, Jen, but nothing's coming up unless I'm typing it in wrong. You might want to have a go, Lee. See if it comes up with anything from that from the girl from the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what do you think it is then?
Without having to go into a full Rockfin show.
See, that's my worry about this. Is I do feel that what I would say about it, because it tickles my MK Ultra mind control like giblets.
So are we so if we're going to speak in code 4 years now? Do you Dave pointed something out today. There's that video of all those people. Are we allowed to play that without getting?
Good to see Rich back in the chat.
Hey, Rich.
How you doing, buddy?
Is it the real Rich though?
I think so.
As long as it's the real Rich, we're okay. Oh yes, Google body language, guys. Oh yeah,
yeah.
Have they done a body language on this lady?
That'd be interesting to watch.
Okay, I'll try and find it, Jen. We are literally at a one-man. We're a one-man. We don't have anybody running in the background at the minute, so
we are a one-man band. Is not the best of England.
Lee, if you could try and find it for Jen, that'd be great, because I can't read his name and type it at the same time and stay focused on this. I will get destroyed.
I will be young Jamie.
You be young Jamie. See if we can find that. If people remember, did YouTube show it, or was it on other platforms where it was in China and people were turning around and there were loads of people caught on video camera doing this, and they were turning around, and then people were fitting and falling flat on the floor.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it suddenly disappeared. And I think it's gone. I don't think you can find it anymore. But people will have seen that. I guarantee people in this chat will have seen that. This reminds me of that, especially the UK guy, because that UK guy was absolutely hysterical. She could have had a bit of a tipple, because people are saying they don't think she seemed drunk. I tend to agree with you, Lee. She looked like she'd had a beverage. Now, would that make somebody say, I've seen that somebody's not real? You're looking at you. You're scouring the internet.
I've already got it.
Oh, beautiful. There you go, Jen.
So it's 9 minutes long. Do we want to watch it?
Not all of it, no. But if we could,
we can watch it. It's only 9 minutes, isn't it? We can watch it together.
Let's have a look. Fair use, people.
Yeah, we're exploring.
Drop the link. Send me the link on Facebook, and I'll put it in the description as well.
Yeah.
Put it in the private chat.
A woman's bizarre meltdown was captured before takeoff aboard a flight in the United States. And what everybody is talking about is that she's pointed at someone at the back of the plane, claiming that they are not real. Something awful is about to happen.
Say whatever you want. I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now.
She's drunk.
That mother back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Now, in any video before any body language analysis, the first thing you need to think about is who is behind the camera. And in this case, it was one of the passengers with a mobile phone. So we can assume that this clip is just the last part of the argument because there must have been a previous discussion or altercation loud enough at the back of the plane for this person to start recording. In fact, there are other angles that portray the couple minutes before the incident, but they don't give much more information than what we have already seen. Let's start with one of the most peculiar details of her body language. And in this case, I'm going to break my rule of going from the general to the specific, and we'll jump straight to the way she points with her fingers. Some have said that she must be a flight attendant because that's exactly how flight attendants point to the exits of a plane. But I think that assessment is a bit clouded by the fact that this is happening inside a plane, because pointing with two fingers, index and middle, is something that some people do as a polite gesture, as pointed with just one finger could be rude. If you have been to Disney parks, for example, you might have noticed that people that work there point with two fingers. Some have even suggested more disturbing meanings, such as picking up this one frame and comparing it to the image of Baphomet, a goat-headed pagan idol, which has the exact same gesture of pointing upwards and downwards with two fingers. The meaning in that case is metaphysical, which is as above, so below. But I think that's stretching too much what was going on with the gestures of this woman. I mean, not gonna lie, the Baphomet thing is an interesting observation, but cherry picking one frame usually is way too specific to reach a solid conclusion. But she also points with just one finger, which is even more confusing, because when someone is used to pointing with two fingers as a polite gesture, they usually are so used to do it automatically that it takes a great deal of stress to break the habit. At the same time,
Why
if
is she
body
pointing
language
up
suggests
rather than
that the
down
person is
there?
pointing, you need to
One-
address
one
what
frame
is that
could be
something
motion.
the person is pointing at. And I
Right.
noticed that the woman's argument is focused on the flight attendants. When she's walking to the front of the plane, she's talking to someone directly in front of her that we cannot see. We assume that she's talking to a flight attendant who is beyond this partition. But when she turns around and she's making all these claims that she's not going to be on that flight for reasons, she's yelling straight ahead at the flight attendants on the back of the plane. There is no sign that if she thought that there was something odd with the plane or a weird guy next to her and the flight was in some kind of danger, she was not interested in giving a warning to the other passengers. So that's how you can tell she's completely focused on herself. Not necessarily bad, but that is not normal human nature. We are gregarious. So the norm is that if we detect some kind of danger, and we are in a group, and in this case, it's a very tight group since you're inside a plane about to take off, it will be human nature to warn others or at least address your concerns in a more general way to everyone. That doesn't happen here. So she's focused on herself and what she allegedly saw, but what is really going on? And for that, it's important to listen to her voice. We have no way of establishing a body language baseline or what's her usual body language because we don't have footage of this woman in a non-stressful situation. So we will have to assume that whatever she's going through, it's going to be reflected on her voice in one way or another.
I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
High-pitched voices can be a signal of distress because when we are under a threatened situation, the pitch of our voices for both men and women goes up. The sound is more acute, and this is because higher frequency sounds have longer reach, so that way we can warn more of our peers at longer distances. At the same time, hearing a higher pitched voice or scream puts us on warning mode, and lower pitched voices are more soothing. Again, we are talking about what happens when you are extremely distressed. Your voice pitch will go up regardless of your natural voice tone. What tells me that there is real distress in here is the way her voice shakes. And voice usually shakes because of labor or heavier breathing, in which the person is trying to get more oxygen for being in fight or flight mode. But what I find strange is that she looks way more angry than distressed. Like she's angry at something rather than scared of something.
The
And I don't
AirPods.
see any traces of hand or body shaking or head shaking, which are normal when a person is distressed. Your muscles become tense and produce this shaky behavior. You can try it for yourself. You tense your muscles and you notice that it's impossible to keep your arms or body perfectly still. That is not present here, which is quite confusing. And there are other signals that reinforce the idea that she was more angry than scared. Notice that she leans into the direction she's talking. We already know that it was the flight attendants at the back. This leaning towards the people she's talking to is more a threatening gesture than a defensive gesture. If a person is scared,
Okay, I
the
get
general
it.
body language would be more defensive rather than
He's,
threatening. And there's one facial emotion tip that also
Go on,
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I get the body language thing. I'm not a body language. I'm a bit like you, Lee. I don't know. Some body language stuff. I pick on people's body language. I do think some of it, like he's saying, it could be stress, but also at the same time, it could be what you said, a little bit tipsy.
Yeah, we've only got 4 minutes of it left. Let's watch the end of it.
Okay.
reinforces the notion that she was more pissed off than anything else. And it is her blinking. Sadly, we don't have a continuous shot of her because when she points at the back of the plane, the guy with the camera pans to the back at the same time. But it's odd enough that in the 15 seconds of footage that we see her yelling, she doesn't blink.
Just quickly, there's something else he hasn't clocked here. The fact that he got right at the beginning that this must have started because the woman was there ready to film. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then this woman goes walking down the plane, shouting at someone. Now, it feels handy that she happened to turn around at that point of the plane exactly where the one with the camera was. Why did she not go past the shutter? Why did she not walk?
I'm not.
Why did she not walk? No, but you know what I mean? Why did she not walk all the way down to the bottom of the plane? Why did she stop halfway?
Why did she stop right in front of the person that's filming?
Look, those planes, she seems to be in like the premium section. I don't think she's in the coach section there because there's a curtain that they're ready to be drawn in between. But obviously there's a whole first class section in front of her as well on one of those planes. In front of that, why didn't she go straight to the exit of the plane if she wanted off so badly? But instead, she turns around and starts yelling right next to the woman that's ready to film it.
Are you saying that she could be an actor?
Yeah,
we had that discussion today.
Yeah, it's not her. The woman.
No, I don't think the rumors. What's her name? The actor's name. She does look like her, but she looks too young to be her.
She looks like it to the point where she's like late 30s, hot and blonde. But that's where it ends. We're like, let's watch the rest.
Not even one time. When someone is fearful or defensive or under severe stress, the blinking rate usually goes up. Blinking helps us understand what is going on around us. It's an internal mechanism to assess our...
That's bullshit. Because people in high states of stress and concentration blink less.
Do they?
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. If the only reason I know that is because I know how that Formula One drivers blink very little. When you're really concentrating on something, which would be the same thing, you blink less. It's not. It doesn't make.
What if you're in distress?
Well, he's already decided she's not in distress. He already decided that she's probably mostly angry, which would be like concentrated. Think of it this way, right? And obviously, I'm not a fucking expert, but I'm not sure he is really. I think he's just a guy that does YouTube videos. like us. The thing is, if you're in a fight or flight situation, it makes no evolutionary sense for you to close your eyes more.
Mm.
The best thing you can do is to be oxygenated and alert and ready. Let's carry on.
Good point.
Environment. But when a person is on the offensive or ready to attack, the blinking will go down because the brain needs as much information as it can gather from the outside.
That's what I just said. But he said she was angry before, so he's kind of contradicting himself. But it's nice that he immediately agreed with me.
To measure any threats. And talking about her eyes, I'm sure your intuition picked this up, but couldn't really say what was off about them. There's no expression, no terror, no angst, no fear, nothing. That absence of emotion in the eyes mixed with the rest of her body language can also be a signal of concealed anger. So both the body language, very specific towards the flight attendants, the leaning into their direction, and the lack of blinking tells me that she was more angry than anything. Also, did you notice that nobody was trying to calm her down or reach out to her? It's because everyone's intuition was firing up and telling them that this woman was more enraged than anxious. If a woman or a man is distressed, empathy will kick.
Anybody mention the guy wearing the VR headset on a plane?
They're just sunglasses.
Jesus. Why is he wearing sunglasses on a plane?
Just in case some crazy bitch tries to get his attention. And at this point, well done, sir. Yeah, right. We'll carry on watching. I'm finding this guy very much like I find most body language people.
Kick in, and at least one or two people are going to try to ask them what happened or try to comfort them. But no, these people knew better. They sensed this was not it. Well, last but not least, her words. She says that MF right there is not real, and you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to. So this is a bit confusing. In the same sentence, she talks about one guy, and then she talks about them, and then she claims that the guy is not real. What is that supposed to mean? Of course, this is the internet, and we also have misleading videos of pranksters who claim to have seen some kind of lizard man in the plane, and people believe it, even if they explicitly stated that it was a joke to see how gullible people were, or people posting alleged videos of the not real guy when this was proven to be not the same flight, but 1 year ago. Because, you know, internet. I cannot say that this could be a psychotic episode. The clip is too short and we don't have a body language baseline. What I can say is that this doesn't look like someone who's scared for her life, but instead someone who's really angry at something or someone. Either way.
Sorry, bro. Just let me do something here. I disagree with him that that's a good frame. I disagree that she does not look scared. Because he just said that, look at that, there's no emotion there. I 100% disagree with him that there isn't emotion in her face here.
Someone who's scared for her life, but instead someone who's really angry at something or someone. Either way, I would like to know what do you think about this in the comments. Don't forget to download my free 100 body language.
So yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm not trashing this guy. I'm sure his videos are fucking excellent, and I'm sure he's being like, he's given what he thinks is his best analysis of it. I just disagree with some of it. I picked up on that while we were watching, actually, when the fact she says that he isn't real, and he said I'm not, and then brings it to them. I thought that was really weird. On the reason why she's acting so weird and thinking about her slurring the words and stuff like that, right? I wonder. So that's not a short flight she's on. Do you know what I mean? That wasn't one of those like the little sort of prop sort of planes that you take short internal flights on. I wonder if she's dropped a couple of Xanax. Maybe she doesn't like flying. I think that might explain the slurring of the words, but still being a little.
We remember the young lady that we saw drop all them.
Yes.
Xanax?
Yeah. I
She
wonder
was
whether
fucked.
yeah. But I wonder if she's took something for for a fear of flying, maybe. If that's the case, maybe that's why she was sort of upset, because she's
That's the oddest thing with this. And this is kind of why I wanted to save it till Sunday. Is I thought we would get.
I don't think you'll get anything more out of this.
I thought we'd find out who she is.
Nah, probably
And I
not.
thought we'd find out, maybe the passenger that, because the passenger wearing the hoodie has obviously seen this now. I would have thought.
Yeah, but like I said, that's from like 2014. There's a good chance he hasn't.
Also, other people on that plane will have seen this. Now we've got the fake guy that we put a video out.
Hang on. There's absolutely no reason why any of those people have seen this video.
What do you mean? There's no reason why I would have thought they would have seen it.
Why?
Because if they saw that people were filming it. Okay,
because it's gone kind of viral.
At least how many people? Okay, let's just. How many people on that flight do you think has seen this video go viral?
I don't know. A couple?
I would say it'd be more than a couple.
No, there's what? How many people on a plane? 150, something like that.
You've probably got the full team that works on the plane have seen it, because they see stuff that from flight videos. I would have thought.
Don't forget, this has only gone viral amongst fucking crazy people like us.
Well, I know that. I just feel like at least a few of them will have seen it.
I genuinely don't see why. 388 people.
If you're watching this show right now and you're on that flight,
Boeing 777 is 300 in normal cabin layout. It can seat up to 388 if it's altered. So out of the world, the entire world, of which isn't it something like only like 2% of fucking America is on Twitter or something ridiculous like that? Like social media feels like a big thing until you realize how many people aren't on social media. So out of all of those people in the world, 300 people were on that plane. One of them was shouting, and it's got some probably warranted traction amongst crazy people like us.
So you're saying she may not even know that she's on the internet?
Probably not.
I think she will.
She'll probably been escorted off that plane. Probably felt a bit stupid about herself.
Or we could look at the opposite side of that.
This is the odd thing. I mean, I've never disrupted a flight. Is that like an arrestable offense?
You did disrupt that flight. You were asleep, but the foul smell that came from your shorts.
Well, okay, yeah, but
so are you on the fence where you think she was drunk, something went wrong, she got pissed off, she maybe she was scared because of what the Xanax or whatever?
I'm scared of flying, something like that, maybe, yeah.
But what if there was something on that plane? And I've asked myself that because obviously we have an alien channel for a reason, because whether people believe it's aliens or something completely different, like some sort of demonic world that we live in, what if she did see something? But then I asked myself, if it was an alien, why would an alien be traveling on an airplane? You know, could it be that somebody was just fucking with her? You know, maybe this person was like a joke gone wrong, or I don't. I hope we're gonna find something more. I hope like the guy, maybe that she accused of being not human, comes forward, or something else comes of this. But it is just one of those things that people are almost like clutching at it, going in the alien community, the UFO community, wanting it to be fucking.
It's funny how
shit.
It's funny how UFO people are doing it as well. It's not being brought up by like the fucking ghosty people and stuff.
I would say this is more ghosty than alien, because aliens do not travel on planes.
No,
don't need them.
They don't fly in spaceships either. I don't think.
Probably not.
But yeah, it did have more of that sort of demonic energy about it, didn't it? If it's got anything supernatural,
absolutely. If there were anything, I told you about. I don't know if I've said it on the show. There he is. There he is. I have no idea why you were blocked, my lad, but I've unblocked you. Wasn't us. It was obviously an old moderator that is no more. But yeah, just I did say when Hidden said, I said I've not seen that name for ages.
Yeah. I do like the. I've popped a couple of people in timeouts, but like I've blocked like very few people. I know I didn't block him.
Yeah, I've only ever blocked porn people.
I mean, everyone likes a party, so you know.
Well, no, if I've clicked on the link and the link looks interesting, I've left it, you know. But the weird ones go. Not the very weird ones stay.
Stay over here.
I'm honestly on the let's forget the debunking side of it. Let's go down the woo. Let's look if this is she saw something on that plane. I would tend to go with she saw something, maybe not alien, but something that was very sinister. If we're going to go down that route, let's just, hypothetically speaking, let's start a little bit of excitement here. What would you say?
Reptilian.
David Icke says they exist. Not anymore. He doesn't speak about them.
She looked to her right at a scaly boy there. She went, "Ah!"
Do you believe in reptilians?
I don't think so.
No, but do you believe there's something along the lines of that type of creature that can change and what have you?
In a way, I don't think it matters. Like I think there's people that believe in stuff, and right now that's the problem. Like that's that what directly interact with me and directly affects what's around us is, I believe, a group of people that believe in something quite different to our mainstream beliefs. I think those people are quite important, and like I said, I think that has a direct impact on us. Now, whether what they believe in is real, as like we would perceive real to be, like as in like physical things that can bob around, kind of doesn't matter, because it's even if it's like a tulpa type of thing where, you know, it's if they believe in it, so they go and do things accordingly. it doesn't matter whether it's real at that point. If you do, I've made a really bad point there, but that's the best thing I can say about it.
No, I get it. I get your point.
Yeah, there's no reason. Like there's no evidence in the same way. There's no evidence of aliens. There's no evidence of the grey guys apart from equally as shaky.
Lots of motherfuckers on Earth saying they've seen them.
Yeah, well, lots of motherfuckers on Earth say they've seen reptilians and insectoids and the mantises.
I saw a grey quite recently. I was high as shit.
Yeah,
I did see one. I do believe that there is there's something different. There is something that we can't see in this world.
Mm-hmm. I too believe that.
Well, we both definitely do, and obviously can't discuss it on this particular show. Maybe on the Rockfin show that's going to come up.
I think we could discuss it on this, but it's probably best on a closed platform.
Yeah,
I don't think YouTube would have anything bad to say about it.
No, actually, no, they probably wouldn't. But
no, they wouldn't.
When you do certain things that make you see different things, the world changes. When you have some sort of chemical change in your body. What if you can see other things, as in humans, differently?
I mean, yeah, I believe it. It's oddly enough, I was watching a podcast about consciousness, or an interview with somebody about consciousness, and that essentially saying like we've no idea because I can't see the world through your eyes, and everything around us is we've made a construct. We don't know how similar, even if we're in the same room, your perception of reality is to mine. I won't know how you perceive blue, for instance, or if we're like, because even down to just differences in biology, we could start turning down the lights in a room together, and depending on how
we did a lot of that.
Yeah, but depending on how our eyes work, I could be in pitch black before you. So I don't not believe that there's ways to shift that. There's ways to shift the way we perceive reality around. And I even just look at the light spectrum. There's so much visible light we don't see. Yeah, even look at when you.
I can't even comprehend that. I can't even comprehend the fact that there may be colors that we have no idea what.
Well, it's dead easy for you to comprehend it because you were awake and I was asleep. You went UFO watching, and through your naked eye you couldn't see the things in the sky, and then when you looked through night vision goggles you saw things flying around your head.
I could see them, but they were tiny dots.
Yeah.
Like literally very tiny. That's how we spotted them. But then with the night vision, we could see them perfectly clear. But what I'm saying is that they say that there's colors that we don't see. You can't even imagine them colors. That's the weird thing. You can't even put them colors into your brain. You can't even dream up these colors. But there are colors. There are colors that don't exist in the human brain that are there that we cannot see.
Yeah, but isn't this about the color blue? That blue blue had to be invented before we saw it, because there was something, or was it purple?
It could be blue.
Someone help me with that.
It won't be purple because there are purple flowers.
There's blue flowers as well because we have bluebells. But I think
we do.
There's a type of blue.
Fuck off. Bluebells are purple.
There's a type of blue which is completely synthetic. I'm convinced of it. And so essentially, until humans like made that blue, it wasn't. It had never been seen. I really don't know. I think there's. I do genuinely believe though that she saw something that upset her. And she could, who knows? She could have been fucking full of drugs and fell asleep and had a dream and then woke up and going, freaking out.
You don't think it could be all
There's
like-
a couple of things. There's a couple of things I think I think it could be, but I think it might get a YouTube channel shut down.
Well, yeah, I know what you think it could be, but have you ever thought that it could be all acted?
Well, that's why I said it's funny how she turned around and hit her marks perfectly for that one girl to film her. You know, for if you just wanted to film that woman, that was the perfect place to be sat. Because if you were sat closer, you would have got nothing but boob, which wouldn't have been terrible. If you were to sit further away, there would have been people in the way. That first row, middle seat was perfect to get her to film her.
It was one of those moments that just perfectly aligned, and we got the content.
I can help this guy here. The guy in the green hoodie did a TikTok video. It wasn't that wasn't the guy in the hoodie. It was the guy in the hoodie first didn't have any face tattoos. Second of all, the guy that did the TikTok video claiming to be the guy in the hoodie,
and we put that out.
Yeah, he was. He's a high-ranking Freemason. That's his TikTok thing, is trying to show people that the Freemasons aren't essentially the Illuminati. And he's just a clout chaser essentially. So he saw something that was kind of going viral and tried to attach himself to it. And the funny thing is, it worked for him anyway, because he got the clicks through people just saying it wasn't you. So he won. He won the internet.
Is that him that we put out?
No.
Oh.
No, there was a different guy.
Because the passenger that was fake as well.
Yes, yeah.
That we put out, that was fake. He was never on board that plane.
No.
And that was just such a and I will say, Rich, if you are still watching this, I listened to Goof on this morning on the way to work, and he actually said that the guy said when he blinked, and I only thought of this afterwards, he blinked sideways. Why would you even say that? I only thought of that afterwards. If somebody fucking blinks sideways, you're like, that motherfucker blinked sideways.
Yeah. It's silly, isn't it? I mean, I keep saying, like, all of my doubt is gone now. I think we've had such a time where it's just when you think what happened like last week, it can't get more ridiculous than that. You know, David
was
Grush
it last week? It was a few weeks ago.
No. But I said just in general, like every time something like ridiculous happens, something 3 days later happens that's even more ridiculous than the last thing. So I've no doubt left in me anymore. At this point, I'm prepared to believe anything. But like you say, we could just do with a little bit more. We could do with hearing from the lady, seeing what she says. I do find it weird that this video popped out and then there was so much stuff on it straight away, almost like you can't stop. So I'm kind of going to go against myself here, but by saying like you can't stop something when it's gone viral, which I think that's true. You know, there's a certain point where you can get out ahead of a situation and stomp it down, but the minute too many people start sharing something, Like that's it. It's fucking out there. At that point, it's got a life of its own, and it's
Right.
traveling off into the ether. In the first time I remember that happening was, do you remember that terrible picture of Beyonce where it looked like she was being electrocuted in the early 2000s?
I think so. Yeah, is that why she
Yeah.
looked like the people saying that she was the devil?
No. There was
She
no
was a demon.
conspiracy. No, there's
Oh.
no conspiracy or anything about it. It's just she was dancing, and somebody took like one really good high quality photograph with a really nice camera, and it just like, because she was dancing, all her muscles were engaged, so she looked like fucking super jacked, and then her face looked like she was having a stroke because she was just caught mid dance. It was a split second where
What? So
it,
they said Jay-Z was like,
no,
come
there's
on, come on,
no,
Beyonce.
no,
Dance.
there's no conspiracy. It's just someone took the picture. It looked hilarious, put it on the internet, and then she was desperately trying to get it taken off the internet because she was
didn't.
embarrassed.
Well, sometimes girls, if I take a picture of my wife and she's like not ready, she's like, delete that.
Yeah, but this is this is where I think celebrities learn that you can't delete things from the internet. And there was there was like almost a moment of confusion from the Beyonce camp where they were like, "What do you mean we can't get rid of this? No, like we'll pay you, just stop it going around." And people are like, "No, we can't. It's been shared like 1 billion times. You can't pull that back now, I'm afraid." So just so I can finish my point off. I find the people that have come out that have attached themselves to this, and the fact that some of the things have been ludicrous, like that guy from 2014. I do wonder whether this is legit and there's something legit strange happening with this video, and everything else around it is there to make it look ridiculous.
So the girl might be telling the truth.
The girl's on the level. The girl saw something really strange, but all the other social media angles that are being put on it, like the guy saying someone blinked sideways, the guy saying he was the guy in the hoodie, that's just stuff that's been thrown out there to muddy the water, so people just forget about it and like, oh fuck, this is fucking too confusing. I don't know what's real.
They do that with everything.
Yeah. I think it's happening with UFOs right now.
That's interesting. I never thought of it that way. That all the different angles, the fake video of the guy peeping over the chair.
Yeah.
The guy that we put out, that was a passenger.
Yeah. See, you
That's
can't stop. You can't stop something being interesting, but you can make it so difficult to work out that it simply becomes exhausting to try. It's in the same ways if you argue with somebody that just shouts at you, and like we've all had like discussions with people that the minute they start discussing it, you counter what they say slightly, they get really angry, and these people can win arguments not by being right, just by like battering you to the point where you just go, I just don't care. I don't care. You win, right? I just don't want this in my life anymore. And this is kind of that, where there's so many little things floating around it where you go, I don't know what's real. Don't know. I've got very little time to do this stuff. I need to look at something which is going to bear fruit easier.
Again, I'm gonna put the email in the description.
I'd love to speak to a woman. I'd love to.
Yeah. I mean, without everybody else jumping to conclusions, I think we said this, didn't we? When this first happened, let's put some stuff out and see if we can actually get to speak to her, rather than just jump to conclusions of what actually happened. To hear from the horse's mouth, as they say. I'm not calling you a horse, by the way. Definitely not a horse.
Nay.
Email us, nay. I like that, mate. Do you know what? When you're saying that they can't get rid of stuff and they don't get rid of stuff, they do get rid. Do you remember? I think it was when me and you first kind of got together for you got me on a Must See Audio show to start off with.
Mhm.
Do you remember the 4chan thing?
The alien.
What happened with
yeah.
that? Because
Um,
because you're saying there, I know the 4chan things. There's a lot of like people like, oh, for fuck's sake, not that again. Or it was rubbish. The entire platform went down,
Yeah.
and how many aliens are there? If you search 4chan alien, you will probably find about 12 of the motherfuckers.
I saw a new one the other day I'd never seen before. Of that.
But maybe that's just natural for people to make shit up, just to go, well, this was the 4chan alien, this was the real one. I found it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But how
especially
many came
4chan.
out straight after, though? How many? There was loads.
Yeah, especially 4chan. I mean, my favorite 4chan story was. Do you remember when Trump was elected president? So I'm going off the dome here to try and remember this story. So if I get it wrong, I apologize. When Trump was elected president, Shia LaBeouf did that whole thing, didn't he? Where there was like viral clips of him with other people shouting, "He will not divide us." And they raised a flag somewhere and they raised a flag with "He will not divide us" written on it, and then live streamed it on the internet. Yeah. So
I don't remember that.
yeah,
But
this is where it gets fucking amazing. So the 4chan piss boilers got together. Now, bearing in mind, this was just a picture of the sky with a flag, and the flag was pretty zoomed in as well. They waited till nighttime. They used the stars they could see, and then overlaid it on a fucking map, what the sky looks like in various places. Found the stars that were in the place. Said, right, we know it's in X, like number of hundreds of miles. So then they got someone to drive around, beeping a horn, and as soon as somebody heard the horn on the live stream of the camera, they were like, yeah, warmer. Eventually, because of that, they found the fucking flag, took the "We Will Not Divide Us" flag down, and flew a Pepe the Frog flag instead.
Oh my God.
That's the fucking savages you're dealing with on 4chan.
We should get on 4chan.
Absolutely not. It's far I don't even understand. I don't even understand how to use 4chan. It's so above my fucking pay grade. So above it.
Is it like YouTube?
No, it's just a message board, like a text message board.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, like it's like old day internet, really. There was plenty of places like 4chan around when I was first getting my first laptop.
So do you know what actually happened with this alien image? Did it just get sent to a group chat or something?
Got posted on a group chat, very much like what I sent to you, that picture of the UFO that popped up on 4chan the other day. It just got popped up in a message board. Then the message board went down. And then when it came back up, I think that was the first time ever that 4chan had gone offline. Since
Do we have that UFO picture?
I don't believe so. That was a long time ago. We did shows about that fella. No, we don't.
The UFO picture you sent me the other day.
And
the one that got deleted off 4chan. Did you say the feed got shut down?
No, not a picture of that UFO. That's still up there.
It's still there. That's that triangular thing.
Yeah, that triangle thing's still there. I just popped up because it looked very much like the Calvine UFO.
It did.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And there was nothing you could really tell about it. But I think it's coming though. And whether it's real or not, who knows? But I think we're that like crystal clear 4K UFO photograph, I think, is coming.
Oh, it is coming. The crystal 4K thingamajigmy is definitely coming. I think Stu sent us a thing today with where is it? Here we go. Let me just Let me get this. Let me share this. How do I get that link? How do you share something from WhatsApp? Oh, there we go. Copy. There we go. So I'll get this up now because this is James Fox saying that we are going to get 4K footage, and I think he says it's from Chris. I think Chris Mellon told him it.
Are you gonna play this?
Yes.
Good. Just gives me a chance to go get a drink.
Can you get me one? Let me bring this up. Oh, I hate TikTok desktop. I hate TikTok. No, I don't hate TikTok. Go subscribe to us on TikTok. So this is James Fox, people, in a moment. If I can work out how to get TikTok to freaking work. Oh, there we go. Says we're going to get 4K UFO footage. I'll just settle for 1080p, to be honest with you. Present. Oh, we'll wait for Linda. Lee. What's everybody's thoughts? Do I keep these kind of like shirts that match the skin tone, or go back to something darker? You hear, mate?
Like my soul.
Yeah, just asking people about my shirt.
I thought you were going to play it well in my absence.
No, you need to be here for it.
Oh.
I just talked to Christopher Mellon, who's also got clearances, who's seen the satellite data, photographic evidence. And he said, well, I'm only talking about it because Ratcliffe talked about it. But I'll tell you right now, it's amazing. And I said, Christopher, please, because I'm friends with Christopher. Can you give me a little more? He's like, well, you imagine like full 4K of craft. It's about as good as that. And it's just behind that level of secrecy. So it's only a matter of time where some of that stuff's coming out. I'm very confident. It's just a matter of when.
I'd just like to point out that James Fox was a big supporter of the Clintons and John Podesta.
Oh, yeah. That Podesta's.
I'm not drawing conclusions. I'm just saying that's he was. What did he do? Was even in the Rogan? Was it the Rogan podcast he did where he was still? I think he even dropped the Podestas in the conversation there, or was it his documentary? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know if he did. See, I like James Fox's documentaries as well. Apart from
I did like the last one.
No,
yeah,
I weren't over.
I thought that was bullshit. If I'm honest,
do you know?
I
forget the bullshit. I would have just loved it if someone had English narrated it for me, because not being able to read properly is a bit of a bum when you're trying to read Spanish subtitles, Brazilian subtitles.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. There's something not right with it. Joe, there's a little bit of me wonders, because I've always believed that the reason the Tom DeLonge project failed was this. What's going on now is essentially a scrappy version of what they had planned. When Hillary Clinton was supposed to take the White House, and her not like I fully believe that. What I don't think she was the disclosure president, because I don't think we're going through disclosure. If anything, I think we're going through the greatest deception mankind's ever seen. But I think that's what they were ready for. I think this whole narrative was kind of ready to roll back then, because it would have started. It kind of started in the same place. It sort of started just slowly. Go.
Did you watch Unidentified?
Yes, I enjoyed it.
What the documentary with Lou Elizondo, the one that TTSA put together?
Yes, yeah.
Did you see how much was it Unidentified, that one, or was it Cosmos? I think it was.
No,
anyway,
Cosmic Top Secret, wasn't it? Was that it? I can't remember. I know what you're talking about. I've seen the.
What was the fucking name of it?
Yeah, I forgot.
But John Podesta, I guarantee that interview was about at least 40 minutes.
Yes.
That interview showed for, I think, 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
He just showed
That's
him
the thing.
sat there and he said
Look.
about 3 words and then disappeared.
The top and bottom of it is, no matter how much you want to trust what's going on here, is this began with Tom DeLonge. Tom DeLonge began, and the first time this, like what we're seeing of the people, like the beginning threads, we should say, which would unravel into like the Mellons and the Lou Elizondos of the world, were the connections between John Podesta and Tom DeLonge in the leaked Hillary Clinton emails on WikiLeaks. That right there, back then in like Trump and Clinton fucking wartime, in the run up to the elections, that's when this started. And nobody ever talks about that. Nobody ever talks about that Tom DeLonge and TTSA started because of the emails that were going back and forwards between him and Podesta. No, that's how he ended up in that fucking diner talking about this.
I think
Can you hear my cats fighting?
I did hear that, yeah.
Yeah, they're not happy with each other. Carry on.
Are they fighting with each other, or is it the next door neighbour's cat?
No, it's my cats in the house.
You need to bang their heads together. That's disgusting. Tom de Schlong, Moody, yes. Tom de Schlong.
But that's one of the reasons I don't trust any of this, by the way.
I was a massive TTSA supporter. You remember this? I was all over them. Literally, Oz got me.
I think
you corrupted me.
There was someone on this panel, which, considering it's just me and you, and you thought they were legit, that there was someone on this panel which all the time referred to them as a fucking pyramid scheme and a con job.
That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was me.
Told you, Tim. Nice, but dim. It's happening again, though, mate. I reckon this will happen again. You've seen the? You've got Senator Gilla. Is it Gillibrand? You've got Tim Birdship. Sounds like Birdship, but it's Birdship. Seems like quite a nice look, him, to be fair. And Gillibrand she's definitely a MILF. She's a very good looking lady. Very intelligent. But when members of government get hold of UFOs, that is when I just switch off, and everybody else seems to get excited, and I'm like, you really trust these people?
Yeah, it's amazing how fucking short people's memories are. In the same way, like just today, Meta, formerly Facebook, released the Threads app, didn't they? Their competitor to Facebook. Yeah. So now because old Elon is the devil in the media eyes, everyone is pretending that Facebook aren't the horriblest company in the world. Or one of the horriblest companies.
Everybody's pretending that
they're pretending they're pretending like, oh yeah, well, we can go there because it's a safe space. No, they're fucking dirty, horrible fucking fucking data scrapers.
Absolutely.
Which, by the way, if anyone was getting upset about your tweet views being limited, that's to protect your fucking data, you morons. That's why it was done.
It's only going to get worse before it gets better. But I think
I don't. It's not going to get better. God knows. Definitely not
No,
going to get
but I
better.
think if people start to get smart and people start to tune into the right shows, watch the right people.
What in the past 3 years has made you think people are going to get smart, Ali? Was it the experimental juice? Was it the staying home and not saying anything about it? Was it the wearing bits of fucking fabric over your face thinking it was going to stop something? What makes you think people are going to get smarter?
We could all just start drinking, couldn't we? I mean,
It's a long, slippery slope till AI annihilation. I'm afraid. I must say, right. Obviously, we haven't used it in this show, so I don't think the link won't be in the description. I cannot recommend this week's Y-Files enough. Like he did a show on AI. I would fucking love to get that guy on the show. Love the guy. I think his
invite
content's
him then.
what? I don't know how.
Send him an email.
I don't know his email address.
Create loads of bot accounts and say you need to email Alien Addict.
No, that's effort.
Yeah, it is a lot of effort.
But yeah, he did a show on AI and how the world's going to end because of it. It's fucking great.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, it was just a really well put together 40-minute fucking terrifying video, but it was so good.
The
Guy's great.
Y-Files.
Yeah, guy's great.
I'm going to watch that in bed after the show.
Yeah.
We was going to do the balls tonight, but we will. Don't worry, people. This show
How aren't we calling that show Spaceballs?
because they're in the sea.
Yeah, but there might be fucking alien. And do you not remember Spaceballs?
Do you know that's an AI finger that I did on Photoshop?
No way, is it?
Yeah, you can tell with the bend. Look, it's weird. It's in the weird bend.
No, it looks like my finger. My finger's got a weird bend in it.
So you know, everybody said, "Oh well, AI can't do hands." Ages ago. So I thought, oh, I'll
no, it can't. It can't do whole hands.
Right. So that I literally did a little square and I just typed finger pointing at this spot, and sure enough, Photoshop created that finger with the same bend as your finger.
It's fucking great. It's terrifying because we're all fucked.
So I don't agree with it either, but I use it. So I'm a fucking hypocrite. And I guarantee when Stu made that, he probably fucked about with a little bit of AI.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that thumbnail.
I don't disagree with it. I obviously this is nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it's kind of AI. It's it makes you wonder if you can put let's say I have a photographic sort of imagination and I can see in my mind some sort of fucking fresco, and I understand AI to the point that I can prompt it to exactly replicate the picture that's in my mind. Now, does that stop being art because I haven't had to use any technique to do it? At what point do we just accept that art is the creative part, and it's in some ways talent and technique can get in the way of the creative process? If the creative process is literally just trying to bring flesh your imagination, then it doesn't matter what tools you use for it, as long as the vision you had is created.
if AI can take your imagination and bring that to life, I guarantee that will be used in war because you will get people's real nightmares coming true.
I mean, I don't.
Maybe that's what she saw on the plane. Maybe she saw a real nightmare.
I think people's nightmares are already true.
Well, so you think there is something to be scared of in the dark?
No, I just think the stuff that we see all around us is already scary enough that we don't need nightmares. The world is scary enough that you don't need nightmares. You don't need monsters. They exist. They're people. Some of them are running country sniffing kids.
Did you see the latest on that?
So fucking weird. I like. Do you know what? I don't care. I don't care how much.
That fucking parent, I go, hey, excuse me, where the fuck are you going with my kid?
Yeah,
Come
and
here,
not.
dickface.
Can the other one go? Fucking dad of the year. You should be ashamed of yourself. I don't care how much of a mark you are for that fucking particular president, or how much of a fucking, how fucking blue you are. You do not let someone walk away with your kids, no matter who they are.
You don't.
Fucking ridiculous.
You don't. You should keep those.
Especially not someone that's like even if you are a full on supporter of that president, even if you are 100%, anyone but Trump. So when he got voted in, it was great. Not only did you just go with him, but you still know the rumors. Everyone's on social media there.
Take the rumors out of the equation. Take the rumors out of the equation.
Yeah.
Say it's somebody you fucking. I say you love fucking Joe Rogan, yeah. I wouldn't. If Joe Rogan walked off with my kid in his house, I'd go with him.
I would, because I want to meet Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? I would. I think Joe Rogan's a great guy. I would, but from what I've seen, I think he's a great guy. From what we've seen, what we intake, seems like a fantastic fellow. But it's your child. You should always be with your child as an adult because you're the father or you're the mother. You should be with them. You don't just let a stranger take your kid off. Because one, even if you trust that motherfucker that's with your child is like, I don't know who this guy fucking is. That child doesn't know that's this might be okay. That's teaching your child to say, well, it's okay to wander off with some fucking idiot. No.
I did like that. Is it Luke Kaczynski? He's the thin blonde guy, which is on the Tim Pool show.
Thin blonde guy.
Yeah, he's got not thin, but he's I suppose quite tall, like blonde guy. He's a regular co-host.
I think I know who you mean. Does he wear glasses?
Yeah. He retweeted that saying that kid's on a one-way trip to Epstein Island.
Oh yeah, I think no. I saw your retweet of that. Yeah. So there's not that much more we can speak about on Alien Lady on Plane, other than get in touch Alien Lady on Plane.
Yeah. I mean, it would be fucking incredible, wouldn't it, if she got in touch? I'd love to know what had happened. Do you know she might be sat at home now, thinking, "Oh my god, I made such a fool of myself."
Oh, Alien Man on Plane. Get them on together.
She saw a fucking something she shouldn't have seen, which would be awesome.
Would it? Why do we want that to happen so much? Everybody keeps saying it, like everybody's excited about this, but have you actually thought about it? So she saw something fucking sinister as shit on that plane, and the entire population of UFO people or paranormal people all want this to be real. Just think about what you want to be real for a second there. You want, now if it's aliens, you want them to be maybe it sounds a bit sinister. Aliens that fly on airplanes. But if it's something different, we're talking like paranormal realm. Why would you want that?
Because if demons are real, then it would be a really good indicator that the like souls and angels and stuff like that are also real. If you right, the devil might be scary, but if you find him, that proves God.
Well, yeah.
So that's one way of, because that's the whole, you know.
If all there was a devil, then
we're already fucked, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, like that's why I want the paranormal stuff to be real, is because if the paranormal stuff is real, that means this like the I'm not science bashing before anyone gets upset by it, but I do find that the scientific attitude someone has, that lots of people have nowadays, is quite nihilist and pretty self-destructive. I think like it's in the same ways. I think I think atheists have far more vitriol in them nowadays than religious people, and that's because they think they have this sort of moral superiority, moral high ground, which I take it you would that's what like religious zealots used to have back in the day, when everyone knew religion was real and knew that was the only way. They had the same sort of like zealot.
I think all atheists should do mushrooms.
Maybe
with an edible.
Mm-hmm. But
on that note, tune in tomorrow. Not tomorrow. What, Saturday tomorrow?
Sunday. Or we're going to discuss balls.
No, we're not. Right.
Oh, there's no Rockfin show to go live tonight because we didn't get around to recording one because I and Ollie were still recovering from our fucking trip.
Yeah. It's been weird. I've been so fucking tired.
Been a bit fed up with it all, to be perfectly honest. I kind of miss where we were, and the being somewhere else that I found a little bit more normal has made falling back into my regular routine slightly
Isn't that weird
more
that it felt like we were somewhere normal?
I think it just shows how fucking batshit Britain has gone, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, well, you're not really on Britain. You're like on a little nipple on Britain.
It's still the same bastard politics.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we should. Has anybody done the cap, make Britain great again?
Oh, I mean, I think you need a plan to do that.
Holy, that's gonna be the next fucking
last person that tried to fix Britain was Guy Fawkes. I'm not ready for that commitment.
No, absolutely not. I do like fireworks though. Actually, no, I don't like. I don't even like sparklers. I almost got hit with one in the arm, motherfuckers.
They're fucking hot as well.
Yeah, they are. I panic when I see my kids with sparklers, and Serena's like, "Fucking let them play with sparklers." And I'm like,
okay, but they burn themselves. They won't combust. It's all right.
Yeah, just keep the motherfuckers away from each other.
They smell good.
They do smell amazing. I love the smell of sulfur.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also what the paranormal smells of.
Apparently so.
Yeah, I've smelt that, by the way. Yeah, a few times. But yeah, tomorrow, people, we are doing Avi Loeb's golden balls that he's found in the ocean that he's got inside a little Tupperware piece. We won't just be discussing that. Let's face it, we're going to go full balls deep on aliens in the sea. What's that?
Sacrilege, no turnip greens eaten or cornbread. No, we didn't have cornbread.
We saw the cornbread, didn't we? Thank you, Jen. We saw the cornbread on the side, kind of hinted at Dave and went, never had cornbread. It was the last day that we're going home.
Yeah.
I just thought he'd give me the box to take.
Yeah. I mean, we did have fucking Waffle House. That's pretty American.
Yeah, that steak that was the size of my leg.
That was incredible. I've shown people the pictures of that steak. I was so impressed with it. And like the meat on the island's really good. Like we rear our own cows, so everything's like grass fed and all that sort of stuff, and very few antibiotics and stuff in the meat and things when you get good stuff. But that was so tasty, so good. I could do that right now. Actually, I could eat that right now.
We got some chicken into that I put on the barbecue, and the wife took a bite into it first, and she went spat it straight out. As she's not a spitter. I just mean she doesn't spit. She usually swallows her meat, but in this case, she literally spat it straight out, and I was like, "What's wrong with you?" I just cooked this on the barbecue, by the way.
Have you ever thought that you're a terrible cook?
No, I bit into the meat as well, and I said it's fine, it's absolutely fine. But then I bit into a bit more of it, and it had this weird. I can't explain the texture. It was almost like a plasticky texture. This chicken, which
Like
was
you hadn't cooked it properly.
no, it was cooked all the way through, Lee. All the way through. It's all white. I'd sliced it up, this chicken, thinly sliced, because I was giving the kid. We was gonna give the kids this chicken. We didn't. It because you know how they inject the chicken in with loads of shit.
Yeah.
That chicken had too many injections.
just, the chicken was too juiced.
Honestly, it was just weird chicken.
It's fucking terrifying, isn't it, when you see them like stick the fucking needles in and pump the old breasts up.
I understand vegans sometimes. Actually,
Well,
no,
I
no.
don't, because that stuff's really bad for you as well.
It is.
Jeez, we've got real issues. There's real food issues.
Yeah,
I don't know how to fix it. Just eat. Why can't pizza be healthy?
I love pizza.
Yeah,
Especially if it's spicy. I love a curry pizza. You know, if you mix Indian with pizza, boom. Bombay pizza.
Fucking disgust me, Ollie.
Have you ever had it?
Fuck you.
I bet they don't do it on the
Fuck
Isle of Man.
you. Fuck you.
Honestly.
Fuck you.
Next time you're here, I'm going to get you.
This motherfucker is not real.
You'll love it.
I'm getting out of this podcast.
No, we both are. See you on Sunday, people. Good night. God bless. Mind the bugs don't bite. You can check us out on all the social media platforms. We've got a platform on Rockfin now.
There will definitely be an extra show on next week. We promise.
I think it might be this one. It may be something else, but this one's
no.
definitely
You're going to watch.
Oh yeah, Fall of Cabal.
Fall of Cabal. Yeah.
Yep. Sunday.
You got to, in fact, promise the people watching now. Promise the people that you are going to sacrifice your fucking soul to all that is decent.
I will watch it
before next Thursday. You watch it tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll
watch it on Sunday.
Sit down with the missus. 2.5 hours.
Don't
lovely
think she'll
family.
probably
Lovely family film.
She won't be able to watch stuff like that.
Lovely family film.
You can become a Patreon or a channel member, people. It does help support the channel, and it will help at some point, believe it or not. And I know everybody says stuff like this, oh, it'll help us grow. It will, because it means me and Lee can leave the day job and just do aliens, demons, conspiracies, and skin-colored tattoo shirts all day long. Good night. God bless. Mind those buggers. Don't bite.
Don't put curry in your pizza.
If the girl on the plane does email us, I'm bags in the reply.
Why? So she could not read it.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, maybe if I send you a reply, if I send you it first, then you can proofread it for me, then send me it back. And I'll
How
send
about
it.
you just let the person reply to the emails that can sort of fucking like spell their own name?
Okay, that's a good point.